Welcome, my modern and unstoppable seniors. I'm so glad you've joined me today as we dive into a topic that's often not talked about enough, but is incredibly important: remarrying after 60. Now, I know many of you may be feeling a bit hesitant or unsure about this decision. After all, it's not like when we're younger and there's no one-size-fits-all answer. But I want to assure you, whether it's because of love, companionship, or the simple joy of having someone by your side, second marriages after 60 can be some of the most fulfilling and rewarding experiences. So if you've been thinking about this, or perhaps it's something on the horizon, stick with me. I'm about to share some powerful truths that will help guide you through this exciting journey. Let's start with why remarrying after 60 is so different from when we were younger. When you were in your 20s or 30s, the idea of marriage probably felt like a blank slate. You were starting out with someone, and everything was new, whether it was discovering shared interests, dealing with disagreements, or making life plans together. But after 60, well, you've already lived a good portion of your life, and you're bringing with you a wealth of experiences, personal growth, and maybe even a few scars. That doesn't mean your chance at love or happiness is over. In fact, it can be just the opposite. But here's the thing: second marriages after 60 come with a unique set of challenges and opportunities. For starters, you might already have a lifetime of memories, children, or even grandchildren, and that adds an entirely different dynamic to the relationship. Maybe you've built a comfortable routine that you don't want to disrupt, or you've gotten used to the independence that comes with living alone. In many cases, these years bring wisdom and clarity about what you truly want in a partner. That's a great thing. It can help you make better choices this time around. But it also means you might be more set in your ways and less willing to compromise than you were before. And let's be real, you've probably heard the common perceptions about remarrying at this stage in life. People might say things like, "Why would you want to get married again at your age?" Or, "Isn't it better to just enjoy your independence?" But here's the truth. Remarrying later in life isn't about ticking off some societal box or trying to relive your younger years. It's about what feels right for you. Maybe you found someone who shares your interests, someone who makes you laugh, or someone who simply makes life a little brighter. Or maybe you're looking for companionship, to share those quiet moments in the evening, or to face life's ups and downs together. Remarrying after 60 is a personal decision, and it's about finding a partnership that enhances your life. The key to making it work, though, is embracing a mindset shift. In your younger years, you might have entered marriage thinking of it as a forever commitment with a lot of expectations, maybe about growing old together, having children, or building a future. But after 60, you've already experienced life and its unpredictable nature. You've learned to adjust, adapt, and sometimes even accept the things you can't change. So entering a second marriage with a sense of clarity about what truly matters, like trust, respect, and shared values, can make all the difference. Plus, the pressure is off in a lot of ways. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone. You're simply looking for companionship, shared joy, and mutual support. Now that we've touched on the realities of remarrying after 60, let's dive into one of the most important aspects of any relationship, but especially second marriages: the importance of communication and clear expectations. When we've been married before, we've learned a lot, whether we realize it or not. And one of the most valuable lessons we can take into a new relationship is the understanding that communication is key. But it's not just about talking, it's about listening too. If you've been on your own for a while, it might feel a little strange to suddenly share your life with someone again, especially if you've gotten used to doing things your own way. But effective communication is the foundation of any successful marriage, and it's even more crucial when you're starting over later in life. Imagine this scenario. You and your partner are sitting down to discuss something important, maybe finances, living arrangements, or how you'll divide household responsibilities. If you're not clear about your expectations, or worse, if you don't communicate them at all, it can lead to confusion, frustration, and misunderstandings. We've all been there, right? And it's easy to assume that the other person just knows what we want or need. But the reality is, nobody can read minds no matter how long you've been together. The key is to have honest, open discussions about everything that matters, whether it's about health, finances, family obligations, or your long-term goals as a couple. Take this moment to think about your past experiences. Perhaps there were areas in your previous marriage where communication broke down. Maybe there were unspoken expectations that led to frustration or misunderstandings. Now imagine entering this second marriage with a new sense of clarity and openness. Talk about everything, from the big decisions to the small daily habits. And most importantly, make sure your partner feels heard. Communication isn't just about speaking your truth. It's about creating a safe space where both of you can express yourselves freely. Another important aspect of communication is setting clear expectations from the beginning. You both have your own history, experiences, and ideas about what marriage should look like, so it's essential to lay the groundwork for what you want from each other and from the relationship. What are your expectations when it comes to finances? How do you envision spending your days together? What about family? How involved will your children or grandchildren be in your lives as a couple? These are all important conversations that, when addressed early, can prevent future misunderstandings. For example, let's say you both have different ideas about how you want to spend your time. Maybe one of you loves to travel and is hoping for a partner who's equally adventurous, while the other is more content staying at home. By discussing your expectations up front, you can find a balance that works for both of you. It's not about compromising on everything, but about creating a shared vision for your life together. If you're finding these tips helpful, give this video a thumbs up. It helps me know what content you love and ensures I keep bringing you more valuable insights. Don't forget to share this with someone who might benefit. So now that we've covered the importance of communication and setting clear expectations, let's talk about how to navigate this exciting new chapter in your life with confidence and joy. Stay with me, because I've got more valuable insights coming your way. My modern and unstoppable seniors, I'm so glad you're sticking with me as we continue this conversation about remarrying after 60. In the first part, we talked about how second marriages later in life are different and how communication and setting clear expectations are key to making them successful. But now, let's explore some deeper, often overlooked aspects that can really make or break a second marriage. Today we'll be focusing on emotional healing, moving forward, and the financial considerations that come with starting a new chapter in your life. Emotional healing and moving forward. Before you even think about entering a new relationship or marriage, it's crucial to ask yourself, am I emotionally ready? The emotional baggage from past relationships, whether it's from a previous marriage, a long-term partnership, or even personal experiences, can be heavy. And it's okay to acknowledge that. In fact, it's essential to recognize that emotional healing is a process that often takes longer than we realize. If you've gone through a tough divorce, the loss of a partner, or even a painful breakup, it's natural to carry some emotional scars with you. But here's the thing. Entering a new marriage or relationship while still dealing with unresolved emotional wounds can create unnecessary tension and heartache down the road. You might find yourself projecting past fears, insecurities, or unresolved issues onto your new partner, and that's not fair to either of you. The key to emotional readiness is taking the time to heal and gain closure. Closure doesn't necessarily mean forgetting or erasing your past. It's about coming to terms with it, understanding the lessons learned, and finding peace within yourself. This might look different for everyone. Perhaps it's seeking therapy, spending time reflecting on your past, or simply forgiving yourself and others for past mistakes. But whatever it is, you need to ensure that you've given yourself the space to heal emotionally before diving into a new relationship. Remember, healing isn't a race. Take your time and don't rush the process because of societal pressure, loneliness, or the idea that it's time to find someone new. Emotional healing is an ongoing journey, and sometimes it takes longer than expected. But once you've found that peace and clarity, you'll be in a much better position to offer love and commitment to a new partner without dragging the weight of your past into the relationship. This brings us to something very important: being open to vulnerability. After emotional healing, you may find that it's easier to be vulnerable again. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather an opportunity for true connection. If you've worked through your past and feel emotionally ready, You'll be able to embrace a new relationship with openness and authenticity, giving you the best chance for success. Financial considerations and impact on your future. Now, let's talk about the financial side of remarrying after 60. Many people feel that money is a bit of a taboo topic in relationships, but let me tell you, if you're getting remarried, it's absolutely crucial to have an open conversation about finances. Whether you're financially independent or relying on pensions or savings, it's essential to have transparency with your partner about your financial situation before tying the knot. Think about it. You've spent a lifetime working, saving, and planning for your financial future. You may have worked hard to build up savings, investments, and pensions, and you don't want that to be overlooked or misunderstood. So, how can you make sure that your financial situation is clear and fair in your second marriage? First, I want to stress the importance of a pre-marriage financial conversation. This conversation should include everything: your savings, investments, property, pensions, and any other financial assets or liabilities you might have. If you have children or family members you're supporting, that's something to discuss as well. The goal is not to create division or distrust, but to ensure that both of you are on the same page. Trust me, there's nothing worse than financial surprises after the marriage takes place. Now, this doesn't mean you need to create a formal financial contract, but it's about establishing transparency and ensuring that you both understand the financial realities that come with remarriage. Here are a few areas to focus on. Savings and retirement plans. If you've been saving for your retirement, you probably have some expectations about how you'll live once you reach that stage. Before marrying, it's important to understand your partner's financial situation and what kind of retirement plans they have in place. Will you combine savings, or will you maintain separate financial accounts? Make sure to discuss how each person's retirement funds will be handled in the future and what each person expects from the other financially. Property ownership. If one or both of you owns property, you'll need to address how that will be managed going forward. Will one person move into the other's home, or will you buy a new home together? What happens if one partner passes away, or if you decide to sell the property? These are big decisions that need to be discussed to avoid any misunderstandings in the future. Pensions and Social Security. Many seniors rely on pensions or Social Security benefits to support their lifestyle, and it's essential to know how these might affect your joint finances. If you're remarried, you'll also want to consider how your spouse's benefits may impact your own. Are there any legal aspects to consider when it comes to survivor benefits or spousal pensions? Understanding these details can help you make more informed financial decisions in the future. Debt and liabilities. Just as it's important to understand your partner's assets, you should also have a clear picture of any debts or financial liabilities they may have. Whether it's credit card debt, loans, or other financial obligations, being upfront about these matters can prevent a lot of stress later on. If one partner has more debt than the other, you'll need to figure out how to manage it together or decide how to handle it moving forward. Estate planning. Many seniors start thinking about estate planning as they get older, and that's even more important when remarrying. Have you both updated your wills, power of attorney, and healthcare directives? In a second marriage, it's especially important to ensure that your wishes are clear in case of illness or death. This is a conversation that might feel uncomfortable, but it's one that can help protect both you and your partner in the long run. Let me be clear, this financial conversation is not about distrusting your partner. It's about building a foundation of trust and clarity. You've both worked hard for what you have, and it's important that you enter this new phase of life with the understanding that you're both on the same page financially. If you've both been financially independent for a while, it might feel awkward at first, but think of it as laying the groundwork for a secure future. Remember, your financial future as a couple is something that can be very different from your individual pasts. By having these conversations early, you'll have a better understanding of each other's expectations, avoid potential conflicts, and start your new chapter with a stronger sense of security and peace of mind. To sum up, emotional readiness and financial transparency are two of the most important factors to consider when entering a second marriage after 60. Emotional healing is about ensuring you're not carrying the weight of past relationships into your new one, and financial discussions are crucial to ensuring that both of you are on the same page about your future. These topics might seem a little tough to tackle, but I promise you, having these conversations early will only set you up for a stronger, more fulfilling second marriage. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll dive into how to maintain a healthy relationship after marriage and some tips on creating lasting happiness. Thanks for joining me, and as always, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. My modern and unstoppable seniors. We've already covered some crucial aspects of remarrying after 60, including emotional healing, financial transparency, and the importance of clear communication. Now we're going to explore how to build a new shared life together while honoring your past and navigating the complexities that can arise when blending families and lives. And of course, we'll wrap up by discussing how you can move forward with confidence, optimism, and a sense of empowerment as you begin this exciting new chapter of your life. Building a new shared life. While honoring the past, when you marry later in life, it's important to understand that you're not just starting a new relationship from scratch. You're blending two lives that already have rich histories. These histories may include children, previous marriages, friendships, hobbies, and routines that have developed over the years. And while building a new shared life is exciting, it can also come with challenges as you work to merge two different worlds. The first thing to keep in mind is that it's essential to honor the past while moving forward into your new life together. You and your partner have experienced a great deal in life already, and those past experiences have shaped who you are. It's important to respect each other's histories and acknowledge that those past experiences are a part of your individual journeys. Embrace the stories, the lessons learned, and the memories that have made you who you are today. But don't let them hold you back from creating new experiences and memories together. For example, if one or both of you have children or close friends from previous relationships, it's important to acknowledge those relationships and make space for them in your new marriage. Blending families can sometimes be tricky, especially if there are strong bonds from past relationships that might create tension. But by honoring those relationships and communicating openly with your partner and loved ones, you can create a family dynamic that feels inclusive and respectful. Blending family dynamics, particularly when it comes to adult children, can be a delicate process. Your children may have their own expectations and emotions about your remarriage, especially if they have memories tied to your previous relationship. It's important to approach these discussions with understanding and empathy. Be open to their feelings and allow them to express any concerns they may have. In some cases, it might take time for everyone to adjust to the idea of a new step-parent or family member, and that's okay. Patience, kindness, and clear communication will go a long way in easing these transitions. Don't forget to also make space for your new partner's family. Blending families isn't just about accommodating your own children. It's about building connections with your partner's children and friends as well. It might take time, but creating a sense of unity and togetherness among your extended families will only strengthen your relationship. One way to navigate this is to focus on shared values and activities. Find things that you and your new partner enjoy doing together and invite your families to participate. Whether it's hosting a family gathering, going on a vacation together, or simply spending time together at home, shared experiences can help build bonds and create a sense of community. Creating boundaries and respecting each other's space. Another important aspect of building a new life together while respecting the past is creating boundaries that ensure both partners feel respected and valued. When you've lived independently for a long time, it's natural to have established your own routines and ways of doing things. In a new marriage, it's important to negotiate these routines and make space for each other's preferences. But it's equally important to respect each other's need for personal space and time. Having open conversations about boundaries, whether it's about time alone, personal hobbies, or privacy, is essential to maintaining a healthy and balanced relationship. For instance, if one of you enjoys gardening and the other prefers reading, it's important to honor those personal interests and ensure both partners have the freedom to pursue them without judgment or interference. At the same time, make sure to carve out quality time together to nurture the relationship. Respecting each other's past doesn't mean you're stuck in it. It means that you can honor the experiences that shaped you while building a future that is uniquely yours. By creating a space where both partners feel heard, valued, and respected, you're setting the foundation for a successful, fulfilling second marriage. Now let's take a moment to focus on something incredibly important: empowerment and confidence as you move forward in this new chapter of your life. Remarrying after 60 is a big decision, and it's natural to feel both excited and a little nervous about the future. But I want you to remember that this is your journey, and you have the power to shape it in a way that brings you joy, fulfillment, and love. One of the beautiful things about remarrying later in life is that you bring a wealth of experience and wisdom with you. You know what you want, what you don't want, and what truly matters. You're not the same person you were in your first marriage, and that's a good thing. You've learned valuable lessons from your past, and you now have a better understanding of what makes a relationship work. So as you move forward, embrace this journey with optimism and excitement. The possibility of finding love and companionship in your later years is something to be celebrated, not feared. It's an opportunity to create new memories, deepen your connection with a partner, and build a future together that reflects your shared dreams and goals. And while there may be challenges along the way, I want you to feel confident in your ability to navigate them. You've already lived a full life, and now you have the chance to embark on a new adventure with a partner who complements you. Remarriage isn't just about finding love again. It's about embracing the opportunity for growth, joy, and connection in this next chapter. In conclusion, my modern and unstoppable seniors remarrying after 60 is a unique and rewarding experience. That comes with its own set of challenges and opportunities, but with emotional readiness, open communication, financial transparency, and a willingness to honor the past while creating something new, you can build a strong, loving, and fulfilling second marriage. Remember, you have the power to create a meaningful and joyful life moving forward. So as you embrace this new chapter, do so with confidence, excitement, and a deep sense of empowerment. The future is yours to shape, and love, happiness, and fulfillment are waiting for you. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope these insights help guide you as you navigate the beautiful possibilities of remarriage after 60. Until next time, stay confident, stay loving, and keep embracing life with all the wisdom and strength you've gathered along the way.